in this situation, I feel like we should be focusing on the Republican candidates. Like if the GOP were making stories about the Republican candidate, and then, stories about Mamdani here and there when he does have things that you need to criticize him on. But like, I think you guys are just giving him too much. There's way too much media around this guy, especially from people on the right. You guys are giving him way too much credit, way too much light. So, but anyway, we'll cover this story real quick. Socialist Zohran Mamdani tried to cancel Charlie Kirk New York City event over lies about transphobia, bigotry. The letter accused Kirk and other invited speakers of promoting transphobic, bigoted views. And it's funny that they say bigoted views because bigoted or bigot means that you're intolerant of someone else's views. You don't want to hear other people's views. And kind of ironic. Anyway, that should be self-explanatory. New York City Socialist mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani is facing renewed criticism after it was revealed that he once signed a letter labeling Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated last week, as an extremist, while attempting to block him from speaking in Queens, Mamdani district as assemblyman. In June 2023, Mamdani and several other local Democrats issued a press release condemning Motif Studios for agreeing to host a Turning Point USA and Blexit event at the Tammany House in Long Island City, according to Fox News. The letter accused Kirk, along with Candace Owens and other invited speakers, of promoting transphobic, bigoted views. As elected officials representing Western Queens, we are deeply disappointed by the decision by Motif Studios to host an event by the far-right extremist group Blexit and Turning Point USA at their Triplex LIC Tammany House venue in Long Island. Statement read, providing a platform for the kind of transphobic, bigoted views held by invited speakers, Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, and others go directly against the diversity and inclusivity that we hold dear as New Yorkers, and it is an insult to every member of our community. The group urged Motive Studios to follow the lead of another venue that had canceled the event after community pressure. Hate has no home in Queens, New York City, or anywhere else, and certainly not in here in Long Island. That's another ironic statement because they say hate has no home in Queens, yet you hate the people of another political ideology. So clearly hate does have a home. It's just for your own reasons. The event ultimately went forward, with Kirk later posting a video of activists being escorted out after trying to disrupt the proceedings. GOP Assemblyman Jake Blumenkranz told Fox News that Kirk's assassination highlights the danger of political suppression. We cannot ignore that my colleagues, Assemblymember Zohran Mamdani and his radical DSA allies, once tried to silence Charlie Kirk in New York City, pressuring venues to cancel his events. That mindset of censorship and public shaming feeds the hostile climate we see today and corrodes the American ideal that speech must be met with more speech, not suppression. Blumenkranz argued that Mamdani's record shows a double standard on free speech. What's most telling is Mamdani's double standard. The speech he rushes to protect, like globalize the Intifada, which many view as a call to violence against the Jews, tears of America's fabric, while the speech he vigorously fights to silence is the very kind that keeps our democracy alive. He added, New Yorkers must ask themselves what it would mean to have a silencer-in-chief like Zohran Mamdani in City Hall. New York deserves a unifier-in-chief who will defend free expression and bring people together. Clearly, Zohran Mamdani is not that leader. Mamdani has since condemned Kirk's killing, describing it as horrific, and attributing it to the America's broader epidemic on gun violence. Of course he did. Speaking with supporters, Mamdani called Kirk yet another victim of gun violence in a nation where what should be a rarity has turned into a plague. Ridiculous statement. In a post on X, Mamdani said he was horrified by the assassination, adding that political violence has no place in our country. The suspect in Kirk's killing is a far leftist who is sympathetic to Antifa and trans ideology. And so funniest thing I want to point out about this article, right, is obviously Zohran Mamdani is a hypocrite and a liar. I don't care about that. We already know that. What I do care about is all these places that keep writing up about Zohran Mamdani saying, oh, New York, do you really want him as your mayor? Do you really want him as your mayor? Okay, tell me who you want me to vote for. Who do you think should be mayor of New York post-millennial? If you don't want me to vote for Zohran Mamdani, give me another option. Give these people another option. But you just sit here and say, oh, don't vote for this guy. Okay, well, the only person I know anything about is this guy because you keep talking about him. Let's see. Let's find out. Who is the mayoral candidate mayoral candidate for NYC for Republicans. Let's see. Who is ahead in New York City mayoral race? No. The Republican mayoral candidate in New York City in 2025 is Curtis Sliwa. Okay, so what news do we have on Curtis Sliwa? Like, that's the first I've heard the man's name. I may have heard it once or twice, but I didn't remember it. Like Curtis Sliwa. All right, well, let's see. Who is he? Curtis Sliwa for NYC. For New York mayor. Yeah, here you go. There you go, guys. Those of you in New York, if you don't want to vote for Zohran Mamdani, this is your Republican candidate. Curtis Sliwa for New York City mayor. All right. Platform. Let's see. Platform. Transit. Okay, here. Let's go to X. So let's get Curtis Sliwa over on X. Is he on X? Yeah, there he is. Yep, followed by Alad, George Alexopoulos. So some people do know about him. Born in Canarsie, Brooklyn, founder of the Guardian Angels, 2025 people-powered candidate for New York City mayor, married to the beautiful, and then tags his wife. Has always been there for New Yorkers 24/7. Others pretend to care. He lives it. He's the leader we need right now. Let's get it done. I love the hat, man. I love the beret. Looks awesome. Let's see. Curtis Sliwa received an endorsement of the Dominican American community in Washington Heights. On day one, when elected, I'll launch a rapid response animal welfare division. We will investigate abuse, coordinate rescues, and press DAs to prosecute. No more looking the other way. Our animals deserve compassion and care. We will deliver. Okay. Interesting. New Yorkers deserve a city that works every day, clean, safe, and affordable in every borough. With the world here for UNGA and the FIFA World Cup coming next year, we need it now more than ever. That's why I'm running for mayor. New York cities deserve a city that works every day, clean, safe, and affordable in every borough. Yeah, okay. Well, so I guess this is the mayoral candidate. So I guess you guys can check him out. Make sure you check him out if you live in New York City. Make sure you look into him. Obviously, don't vote for him just because he has an R next to his name. But he might be the best that we've got for New York. So I'll look into him more. Maybe I'll report more on it on Monday. But that's my biggest criticism of everyone bringing up these articles is they're not giving anyone an alternative. There's no alternative to be like, don't vote for this guy. This guy's better. And then you can point out the mistakes that the other guy makes. But you could be like, this guy has these problems. There's these mistakes. But he's at least better than the other options. You know what I mean? But, you know, let's see.